Hello everybody, it's the FarmSim guy here, hope you're all doing well. Yes, we're back with another sim dashboard just a couple of days after Custom Modding released the CASE 250 series Combine over on their Facebook page for PC. I thought we would complement that by trying to come up with probably one of my favourite screens that I've come up with so far. It's got so much functionality in it thanks to the very recent new release and update of Sim Dashboard, which has added a whole heap of functionality in for combines, which is fantastic. I thought I would pull together a screen and get something in there that really kind of set off the quality of the CASE Combine from the guys at Custom Modding. So let's have a look at it. Let's jump straight in and have a look at it. There you go. Now I will say this isn't the same as the screen you will see in the Combine. It's not the same as the screen you will see in real life in one of these CASE Combines, but I'll be brutally honest, it's really ugly in real life. I've said it before and I'll say it again. CASE, if you're watching, which I'm sure they're not, give me a call, let me help you with your UX design, because that's not pretty. So with that in mind, I decided that I would create something I think that was more complementary to the GPS screen that I've already designed. It's got some of the same layout and functions in there, but also something that I would be proud of from a creative standpoint as well. So there you go, the professional designer and me just couldn't let it go. So we are here with what we've got, and let's run through some of the controls. So your header bar there, you've got some basic controls for switching camera, for pulling up the minimap, and also the main menu there as well. You've also got the time. Now if you look at the main central panel in white there, we've got things like coordinates, we've got the current weather forecast and the future forecast, the month that we're in as well. We've got a hopper fill, which isn't appearing now because the Combine isn't powered up and we're not in it, but I'll show you that in a minute. It's also got a damage display there, so we can see how much damage the header and the Combine have got. Now down the right hand side, we've got all our appropriate GPS buttons, so you will need guidance steering from Wopster for this to have all of the functionality. Then at the bottom we've got a little info panel, field info there, showing you which field you're in and what you are doing and what status everything is there. And then to the right of that, a few little identifying lights that tell you what is happening with the Combine at any time. Then along the bottom there, you've got a range of buttons from starting the engine, selecting the Combine or selecting the header. You can switch the swath on and off, pipe in and out, unfold and fold the Combine, header up and down, and then actually powering up the Combine. Now the nice thing about this is that all of these have got new states on them thanks to the new changes to Sim Dashboard. If I press start engine, for example, the one on the left there, the engine icon inside the Combine turns from red to green. Again, here if we switch the swath, you can see there it will switch to swath dropping, and you'll see the lights change in the identifier panel as well, and we can switch it back off and switch it back to straw spreading. Again, pipe in and out, you'll see the icon change there as we do it, and again unfolding and folding the Combine with the appropriate identifier working as well. So lots and lots of really good stuff in there that you can really see the difference on. Again, headlights, all of these buttons down the left hand side of the panel change. We've even got a flashing red light if we put the emergency flashers on. Let's just do that so you can see it. There we go. And obviously I'll demo this with the Combine in a minute, but I wanted to show you at a full screen because it is quite hard to see when we've got it with the game running as well. Down the far left hand side there, you've got your vehicle identifiers as per normal, your heading, so showing you that we are currently heading west, and actually the degrees we're heading as well, our revs, our speed, our water temperature underneath, fuel gauge there, and also our fuel rate just above that, and then cruise control settings again with those interactive, so that when you adjust them and turn your cruise control on, you will get a different coloured button. So let's jump into the Combine now, and we will run these in anger and let you see them. Okay, here is our combine. We are on Hox 23's brilliant Southern Cross Station Australian map, which is coming very soon, I hope. So what we'll do, hopefully you can see the icons in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, but we will fire up the engine. There we go, and we will roll forward ever so slightly until we get our trigger for our header. Now, just above the lights on the strip, the vertical strip there towards the left, there is a couple and decouple button. So I'm going to press that now, and you will see it switched to green, which shows us that we have got our header coupled to the combine. You'll also see that we have the header selected, the second button in along the bottom. I can switch obviously between combine and header there, which is a nice touch. What we'll do, we'll roll to the start of a row here, just so we can get set up. So we'll steer in, get lined up, because what we're going to do, we'll set a GPS course running in a little minute, but I'll quickly run through some of the other options as well. So swath on or off, we're going to switch it to on at the moment. As you can see there, it moves the spreaders out of the way. Again, switched on, switched off, and you can see the alert notifications switching colour as well above you. Pipe in and out, let's open the pipe. Again, the icon at the bottom changes to a pipe out animation rather than the pipe in one. We'll close that again for now. You can fold and unfold the combine as well. Obviously we have it already unfolded. Header up, you can see it shows it in the red position. Press it, header lowered, it switches to green to inform you that the header is lowered. And then finally along the bottom there, if I press combine off and press it, switches to combine on, and you can see that the header is spinning and everything has turned to green, and along your notifications everything is on green as well. Now, swath on or swath off is probably the only one that I wanted to make sure that it's not necessarily red or off. If you switch the swath off, you've just got it switched to chopping the straw. So I've kept the greens a slightly different colour there to make sure that it's, you know, not confusing. And again, with header selected or combine selected, I've kept that green rather than switching it to red. But other things like, for example, header up and down, when the header is up you want it red because it's not in a working position. So anything that's not in a working position I've switched to red, but the other ones where it's just a different state, like the swath on or off, or the header or the combine selected, I've changed to a different colour. Again, you get the access to all of this, so if you don't like the way it's set up, it's very easy to go in and tweak some of this to make it your liking. Okay, very quickly we'll just run through the lights. We've got the front lights here, main headlights. You won't be able to see these too great because it is the middle of the day, but auxiliary front and rear lights. As you can see, the icons change from white to green when you've got those switched on. The hazards, which we've already shown you, which flashes, which is quite nice. And then your beacon lights as well. So you've got those available to you. So now let's just fire up the GPS settings. So we will turn on our GPS, which is the button at the top there. In fact, was already on there. Now I can't see my center line here, so I'm going to press show lines. And there we are, we can see our white line in the middle. And then all we need to do is set our A line. So press set A twice. You can see the A has appeared behind the combine there. We are going to drive forward manually to start with. Trying to align with the edge of our crops. You can see the line dotting out behind it. And now at this point as well, you will also see that the fill type has appeared on the screen as well, because it's identified what crop it is. So we'll stop here. We've moved far enough there. We will press set A, B again, and that gives us our course. Now what I want to do is set the width of that. So fourth button down is set width. Sets the width of the header to the correct position. Everything else is fine. You can shift it left or right. We can open the setup for guidance steering as well. We can rotate our lines by 90 degrees as well. Don't need to do that just now. We can turn our lines on and off as we could before. Our steering wheel actually turns on GPS. You can't barely see it because the line is hidden by the swath, but it's turned to green there and you heard that audible beep there. So all it really leaves us to do is press cruise control now. Obviously left and right on your cruise control, the speed can be adjusted there, and then the bottom bigger button will switch it on and off. And as you see, when we switch it on, it turns to green as well. So there you go. A lot of this functionality was in the FS19 version, the John Deere version of this screen. But obviously the new additions to Sim Dashboard over the last couple of weeks have allowed a lot more, I guess, interactivity with the buttons. In the past there was no trigger to tell you what state it was in, or any over state, but now we've got all of that functionality in there, so some great work by the developers at Sim Dash to make that happen. So I appreciate them humouring me when I spoke to them about it and suggested updates, so thank you guys. Again, let's just switch the swath off there so you can see the button state changes, but we are spreading the straw on the ground. So that's it really. It's really clean. I'm really pleased with this. I think it's probably, like I said, one of my favourites so far. It feels like all the appropriate functionality is in there, and it works really, really well for me. Hope you like it as well. It will be available by the time this video is out. I will put a link in the description below so you can go and check it out and download it if you have already got Sim Dashboard installed. And if you haven't got Sim Dashboard installed, I strongly recommend you go and check it out because it's a real immersive game changer for FS22. So that is it from me. Thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this as much as the other screens I've made, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye for now.